turn around. The girl is like this. And I peeped her undies was down. So I'm like, it's 8 in the morning. I just woke up and did my edges, and you already trying to have a boy over like it's Motel 6.
Wow, 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 whoa, oh.
Welcome back to my channel, y'all. It's Localblackchild here. You are who? You're local babies. I am who? I'm Localblackchild. Who are you? If you're not subscribed, you're a loser, honey. Sorry, I'm not going to just sugarcoat stuff because you might be sensitive. I'm not about to be all nice to you if you're not subscribed. I don't like you, honey. But if you subscribe, I love you. Okay, so you can pick which one you want to be, a loser and a hater, or a local baby. Like, just join the game, honey. It's not that hard. Press that red button below. So I'm back with a story time, y'all, but I got a surprise for you. I got 2 in 1 story times. What? Who does that? Who? Me. I do it, honey. So let me just hop right into it. Ain't no talking, ain't no chatting. Story time number 1. Boom. Let's go. So, mind you, I'm a college student, y'all. I don't know if y'all know. I'm in college, like full-time student, 9 to 5 with a pencil and pen and a paper, what? But you know, this semester is online, on the Zoom class. I mute that joint. I be watching Netflix, honey, but I'm not about to get into all that before I get in trouble by my mom. I don't want mom to watch this and I get in trouble, so yeah, I be in class listening, yeah. I be in class listening, yeah. But anyway, it wasn't all of this sickness and virus stuff. I was in school. I was on campus rocking out like, hey, yeah, you know, doing what I had to do. So back in freshman year, I had 2 crazy roommates, but we only gonna get into one, honey. But disclaimer, I'm not mean. Y'all know that I'm a nice person, right? Yeah, huh? Yeah. So I'm not about to be out here exposing her, saying her name. So I may describe her as Barney, the purple dinosaur, but I really may be talking about Bob the Builder. So you will never know what I'm talking about. You know what I mean? Like, and I will not say her name. Like, but anyway, child, back when I was a freshman, I had this roommate. She was real dirty, real messy. I had a couple meetings that I had to go to because of her, but it's okay. Let me not get mad again, because I'm really about to get mad. So the first story time is about how she put a tampon in while I was in the room. Let's just say a feminine product. I don't know if I get demonetized, but if I do, just cash at me some money, y'all, to make up for what I'm losing. So boom, here we go. First story time. So me or her, I don't know if y'all was in school, but you're blessed to have the opposite schedule as your roommate. So for example, you go to class, your roommate come back from class. Then when she leave, you come back from class and have the room to yourself. You know what I mean? Like, you never in the same room at the same time. I was not blessed. We were always in the room at the same time. So when she was back, I was back. When she left, I left. I'm like, oh, you was just doing too much. You was weird. So one day, I had philosophy class. We was learning about Aristotle. We was learning about Demetrius. We was learning about all this Greek god stuff, thinking deep stuff like that, philosophy. So after class, I'm like, yeah, let me get me a Chick-fil-A sandwich. Like, what? Every time after philosophy, I got me a number 1 with no pickles, bacon, and a large fry with extra salt, and a vanilla shake. I walked my little butt over right to the Chick-fil-A and was like, yeah, give me that. I got my order. I sat down. I ate. I always get 2 ketchups, y'all. Always get 2 ketchups, y'all. I don't care if I got 1 fry, 2 ketchups, honey. I'm eating. Let me go back to the room and do my homework. Like, I like to do my homework in my room. I would play jazz music. I would have the candle going. I would have my pen and paper just like, hey, what's up? So I go back to my room. I scanned in the building. I'm walking up, but something don't feel right. I'm like, something finna happen to me that I don't like. I'm about to pop off real crazy. But you ever heard that feeling like something just don't feel right? Something feel real off. Like, something just feel real off. So I'm like, okay, something about to happen. I'm about to be mad as hell. But, you know, let me see what's going on. So let's call her Moo. So I knock on the door, because I always left my key. I'm like, Moo, open up. So she opened up and was like, hey, girl, how was class? I'm like, yeah, it was good. It's cool, you know. Sometimes I just don't want to be bothered. Like, I know we share the same room. I'm a pleasant person. Y'all know that, right? I'm pleasant, right? Yeah. What? I'm a real pleasant person. But sometimes I just don't want to be bothered. So she asked me, oh, how was class? What you had for lunch? I'm like, oh, it was good. And I had Chick-fil-A. Like, what? So I'm putting my book bag down. Like, I had this little, like, corner of my bed that I would hang my book bag on. Like, I would put the strap on there. I hung it up. I took my homework out. I'm setting up my space. You know what I mean? I'm getting my pajamas back on. Because after class, I didn't want the jeans. I didn't want the jacket. I wanted the shorts and the shirt. So I'm getting my area ready. I go over by the TV. So now my back is to her. So I'm like looking around the TV. I turn around. The girl is like this. So it took me a minute to register. What is she doing with her legs like that? Like, she was like this. And I'm like, what is she doing? And I peeped, her undies was down. So I'm like, you know when you see something and you don't really register, you just looking like. So I'm like, hold on. Hold on, honey. Are you inserting a feminine product into your She's like, oh yeah, girl, I'm sorry. I meant to tell you to turn around. It don't matter. You told me to turn around, flip upside down, do a cartwheel and a split and a backflip and fall into a split. You shouldn't be putting that in you while someone's in the room, let alone in your room. Like, go to the bathroom that we have 2 doors down, insert it, flush the toilet, wash your hands, come out the bathroom, come back in the room, and just go about your day. But you dead pulled your pants down, pulled your panties down, took that, unwrapped that into, but I'm here. So I'm like, oh wow, like, you was really messy, like, you was really nasty. I'm like, that's really trifling. Not saying the feminine system is nasty, but you was nasty for showing me that in my face. Your tata was in my face, honey. So I'm like, can you go to the bathroom next time to do it? She like, oh yeah, girl, oh yeah, yeah. I'm not playing with you. Pull your panties up and walk to the bathroom now. She like, oh, like, who do you think you are? That is just absolutely disgusting. There's no way in your right mind you thought that was okay. So the rest of the day, I'm scarred with that tata in the back of my mind. Like, I didn't like what I just saw. So I'm in math class just like 2 + 2 = 4. But that just don't make sense. That just don't make sense what she did. 2x = 6, x is 3. But I don't get why you did not use the bathroom. Parallel is this way. Horizontal is this way. I just don't get why you put that inside of you while I was in a room. So I'm going through the math problem just thinking about what happened to me that day. And that was just trifling. Next story time, honey. I'm getting mad. Hold on. Hold on, y'all. Let me collect myself. Collect myself. Alright, y'all. Story time number 2. Boom. Let's go. Next story time. Same roommate. Boom. So, I'm not about to judge you about how many partners you have or whatever. But when you doing stuff in my room, I'm a judge. So, I'm leaving for my 8 a.m. For my 8 a.m., y'all. 8 in the morning. And I get a text from the roommate, Moo, can you not come back for 3 hours? I'm like, why? She's talking about something. Oh, I have a boy coming over. I see if it's like 9 at night, 8 at night, but it's 8 in the morning. I just woke up and did my edges, and you already trying to have a boy over like it's Motel 6. So I'm okay, like, no. I'll be back at 9:15. She's like, I'm like, So I'm just like, she did this constantly, always trying to invite boys over. But when it was late, I'm like, it's cool. Like, I'll go over. Me and my boyfriend had the same college, so I would just go to his room and chill and wait for her to be done whatever she was doing. But when it's 8 in the morning, 9 in the morning, 11 in the morning, I'm coming back to the room. I'm taking my nap. I would have me a breakfast sandwich every morning with cranberry juice and yeah. So I'll be back. I said I'll be back with my breakfast sandwich. But I just noticed whenever I would leave, she always asked me, like, what time are you coming back? I would go take a shower. What time you shower over? I'm trying to have someone over. Girl, you need to slow down. Slow down, honey. Like, why can't you go to the boy? So when I would leave on the weekends, I'm just like, okay, like, you know, you feel free to have anyone over, but please let me know. And this is because I want to know who's around my stuff. Like, I had valuables in there. I had Uggs. I had Yeah, just Uggs. But I'm like, I want to know who's around my stuff. So I'm like, just let me know, like, if you have someone over. Because if someone was missing, I would know it's, like, it's them probably or her. Like, you know what I mean? Like, not to be, like, rude. I'm not about to get into all that. If you know what I mean. So every weekend she's like, oh, Josh is coming over, Jake's coming over, Mikey's coming over, little Bobby's coming over, Mike and Ike's coming over, like, two of them. I'm like, I'm not about to judge you. I'm not about to judge you. So every weekend I would go home because I would get, like, not homesick, but I guess you could say homesick. So I would go home on Fridays and come back on Sunday nights. My dad would bring me back on Sunday nights. So I'm like, she's like, yeah, I'm having Mike and Nike over. I'm like, okay, that's cool. Just make sure, like, you not touching my stuff or whatever. She's like, yeah, no problem. I'm like, cool. So I spend the weekend with my family. We going out. My mom making dinner. You know, my mom dinner be banging, y'all. She be making curry salmon, curry chicken, jerk chicken, crab legs, shrimp salad. I'm like, okay, honey, I'm not coming back. But I went back on Sunday. So my dad had me pack up my stuff, load the car up. I'm on my way back. I texted like, hey, I'm coming back. Cause I don't want to walk in on nothing all crazy. You doing the tango. So I'm like, okay, like, I'm on my way back or whatever. She's like, okay, cool. So it's like around 8 p.m., 9 p.m. We pull up, skirt, boom. Pull up to the crib, the dorm, whatever you gonna call it. I scanned in. I overpack every weekend. So I would bring a suitcase, a duffel bag, my hamper. Mind you, I'm only 30 minutes away. No, maybe 24 minutes away from home. So call me crazy, but I'm not crazy. I overpacked, y'all. My dad came up. He scanned. There's like a police guard at the front of the building. So I had to scan my dad and then sign him in and do what I gotta do, whatever. So I took the elevator to my room. We walk in the room, my dad putting my stuff down. You know, I'm unpacking, putting stuff back where it belongs. And I see a gold, like something gold in the corner of my eye. I'm like, oh, honey, like, what is that? So I look. I'm like, there is can I say that on my channel? There is a wrapper on the floor of my bed. Mind you, the beds are at least 6 feet apart. So it's not like we're in a bunk bed. You accidentally dropped it on the floor. You was over here, honey. So I cover it with my foot. You know what I mean? Like, I cover my foot because I don't want my dad to ask no questions. Like I don't want him to think it was me. Like, I know he wouldn't say anything. Like, he would peep it and be like, anyway, child. But I didn't even want him having that thought. So I'm like, let me cover this. I don't want no conversation with my dad about nothing like that. So he left. I kissed him. Goodbye, Dad. Text me when you get home. Because I always want him to, like, text me when you get home so I know he got home, whatever. Like, text me when you get home. So he closed the door. And I lift up my foot slowly. I'm like, I know this ain't a condom wrapper next to my bed, honey. So I'm doing physics in my head. Like, if she was 6 feet away from me and she dropped it, the wind would not pick it up and put it over to my bed. So there's no way this condom would have got over to my bed unless she was over near my bed. Like, you can't know when you throw plastic, it don't go nowhere. It come right back to like a boomerang. It's not like you threw it and it reached all the way over there. You had to have physically stepped foot in my rug near my bed. So now I'm mad as hell. So I'm like, okay, like, how I'm about to curse her out? What words I'm gonna use? How I'm gonna curse her out? Like, I'm thinking in my head, like, how I'm gonna go about the situation. So she walked in. I'm like, excuse me, hun. She's like, oh, hey, Gabby. Don't hey, Gabby, me, Momo. What is this? So I show her. She like, like, I'm like, oh, spit it out, honey. So she like, yeah, Mike and Ike came over. Yeah, but why is this next to my bed? She's like, oh, well, you know what? I don't want to hear it, honey. I said, you need to move out. I said, you need to move out. I'm tired of your presence. And mind, this is not the first thing that happened. It was multiple things I'm not going to get into because I'm just not going to get into it right now. It's just, like, the girl was just, ugh. So I'm like, you need to move out. So you know what she did? She packed her suitcase. She packed her drawers up. She packed her bedding and folded her sheets. And she dipped. She was gone. And I had my own room for the rest of the semester. Because she knows she was wrong. She did multiple things leading up to this situation that I did not mess with. And that was the final straw, honey. That was the straw on the camel's back. Now ride the camel out my room. You're dismissed. So she left. And I had a single for the rest of the semester. For a whole semester, y'all. I had a single for about 4.5 months. So that's the end of my story time, y'all. Hope you liked it, because I didn't. I'll be back with, oh, y'all, I got a car over the weekend, honey. So I'll be back with a car tour, some more story times, unpopular opinions, blase, blase, blase. So follow me on Instagram, like the video, do what you gotta do, subscribe, because if you're not, you're a hater, like I said. And I'll be back this week soon, okay? Bye, y'all. Okay, so go to that back. Go to that back.